Paul Hamilton on the West Her Hotline. Olympic hockey is here. Paul, did you love it? Are you loving the pros being back?
Not yet. Too many blowouts. I mean, we haven't seen a real competitive game yet, but it's coming. We'll see one.
It's coming. Right, that's the schedule at work.
Yeah, the scores have ended up pretty crooked. But I thought for the first period anyway, and even into the second, before Canada pulled away, Czech Republic was, I thought, they were in that game. Like, it looked like a pretty competitive game, and then Canada just kind of overwhelmed them as they went. So I'm hopeful we'll see some good games. I don't know, how soon we'll see like tight games, but I mean, heck, Sweden and Italy yesterday was 2-2 at one point. I mean, it ended up 5-2. But I think the skill is evident, and the speed that Canada opened that game with, and then I thought was matched by the Czechs for a bit, was extremely hot. I'd say the same about Team USA.
I just marvel at Canada. I mean, they're three centers: Crosby, McDavid, and McKinnon. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I mean, it's just like it takes me back to Gretzky, Lemieux, and Hawerchuk when they were all on Team Canada for all those years. And I mean, they have the three best centers in the National Hockey League, and they're all superstars. And Crosby and McDavid had 5 assists between the two of them. It's just
it's pretty incredible that
it's
Crosby still belongs in that company with how good McKinnon and McDavid are and how much younger than him they are, and he still is producing like he produces. That is really what a career that guy's had.
Yeah, I mean, if you are numbering lines, McKinnon is centering the third line. Really? I mean, come on.
Well, how about Tage Thompson scoring a goal? How did he look to you for USA?
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
Great play.
Backhand under the crossbar. Wow, and he and Eichel on the power play, both power plays look like they've been together the whole time and never been apart. I mean, it's very obvious they've played together. And Eichel has got the assist on Thompson's goal. Eichel knew right where he would be. Got the puck to him, but just to roof a backhand like he did over an NHL goaltender was just a great shot by him. And he had a couple other chances, too, throughout the game. Had a couple blocked. He got a good chance at a one-timer. I forgot who set him up, but somebody set him up with a real good chance for a one-timer that he let go from the high slot.
Yep.
And the Merzlikins made the save on that one. But, yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, I'm thrilled to see him on Power Play 1, Paul. I mean, I did not always think as this season was unfolding here back in like November that he was a lock to be on the team. And then once he was named to the team, I wasn't sure that they wouldn't defer to, the grit guys or something and that he wouldn't get in there. But he got in, and he's furthermore on the first power play unit and then scored a power play goal. So I think until further notice, like that dude is in your lineup, which is excellent news for Sabres fans who want to watch him.
Yeah, the World Championships, I think, sealed it for him, especially when he gets the golden goal. I think he's in anyway, even without the golden goal. Mm-hmm. But once he scored that, I thought, there's no way he's not going to be on the team.
You talked about the play he made on his goal. I mean, I thought it was especially good because he fans on it, and I guess you'll have to see it. I can't describe it perfectly, I'm sure. But instead of just sort of going back to plan A and trying to sort of overpower in front of the net on the forehand, he just sort of very neatly flipped the backhand up top, like you said. And that was also like pretty good patience and, of course, good hands.
And goal scorers can't explain it. I've talked to so many goal scorers. I've played with them. I've talked to them. It's just such natural talent. They don't know how they do it. They just have the knack of scoring goals. They have the knack of finding the open spots. And they have the knack of finding the open spots in the net. And you can teach goal scoring to a point to get guys to the net so they can tip pucks and that kind of thing. But you're not going to teach a guy who normally scores 10 goals to score 30. I mean, it's just you either have that kind of a talent, you have those kind of hands, or you don't. And most goal scorers really can't explain it to you.
It looks like, well, we saw on that goal at least, that he plays down low on that unit. And with the Sabres, he's in that top of the circle.
The shooter spot. Right.
It's interchangeable. He and Eichel interchanged. They and again, it's familiarity. They know each other. When Eichel had set up Matthews for the power play goal, they had switched. So, and I noticed that on both power plays, they kind of go back and forth.
I'm sort of selfishly hoping all his goals come from where he scored today, because his percentages on the Sabres power play are terrible, which is really weird for
From
a
that
guy that
shooter
can
spot.
score.
Yeah, right.
But like their power play is just kind of bad for the most part, and it seems like they might be misusing their best guys. I wonder if we'll see
Well,
Thompson.
I think
Someone
what's
else-
happening.
yeah.
What's happening is other teams are taking him away, and then they're not doing anything to. Like he scored a goal the other day where he came out from the corner, and I was sitting with Owen, and I was pounding my head against the wall, and Owen heard me the whole game saying, "Bring it to the net, bring it to the net." I kept saying it. Well, Thompson finally brought it to the net. He knows how to pick a spot like that, and the other team will let them do it because they know they won't. They very rarely do it. Tuck has one of those. Ostlund is one of those. Now Thompson is one of those.
Doan
But
has
they
one
very
too.
rarely do it, but it's open because the other team gives it to them.
Josh Doan went between the legs on one. Same thing.
Yes.
From the goal line right to the front. Yeah, we've talked about this before. Like that is defenders don't expect you. I think around the league, it's not just playing against the Sabres. I think largely, of course, if you're scouting a team and you see them do it all the time, then you're more ready for it. But I think like night to night in the league, that play is there because defenders just don't expect you to take it. So you should just go there. And I think the last time we talked about this, you made the point, like, even if you don't score on that shot, you've got now everyone is now crashing and it's a schmozzle, and maybe you'll get, a bounce go your way and you can tuck one in.
And now you've got the other team worried about it.
Right.
It just gives them one other thing to worry about with a goal scorer who can just slip the puck into a very short space.
Did you get to see Dahlin's performance yesterday? 3 assists.
Yes, did very well. He was on one power play that I remember, but still isn't going special teams. Played just under 20 minutes, but I love the one assist where he just curled into the slot and came right down the slot.
Yep.
Made the save, and then he just kicks it over to the goal scorer, and they wound up scoring. I don't know if that was Zibanejad's goal. No, it wasn't. I can't think of who scored. It doesn't matter. But it was Nylander's goal. He just kicked the puck to him, and it wound up being he's wide open, and he scored.
Yeah, he really made the play on that goal. I think it's the same one I'm thinking of that you're describing here, where he just made a couple of guys miss and just was got the puck to the front of the net and got it over to the goal scorer. So, yeah, I think he and Forsling, I think, are the number one pair there now. Hedman's been nursing injuries. Carlson, and I'm not upset about him still holding down power play 1 minute over Dahlin. If you're going to have Carlson on
he's
your
an
team,
offensive player,
right?
a
That's
darn good one.
That's what he's there for, right? So that makes sense. But I do feel like Dahlin and Forsling will be the guys that they're leaning on maybe the most as this thing unfolds.
And Dahlin was very, very active in the offensive zone. Probably the most active I've seen him in any game this year.
Yep.
He was in deep quite a bit.
Loved it.
Just very, very active, skating a lot. And Forsling and he act like they've played together for 10 years because they never got caught because Forsling was there for him.
The goaltending, especially with Canada, Paul, I want to ask you what you thought of Binnington, because he's having a terrible year, and he wasn't having a great year last year when he led them, Canada, to the Four Nations Championship. Here we are again, and I think I saw a quote from Canada's coach, John Cooper, asked, when did you decide that Binnington was going to be your starter in the first game of the Olympics? And he said 358 days ago. Or something to that effect. Like, I think alluding to after we won the Four Nations is when I realized that I was going to go with Binnington. And so he's telling you, it doesn't matter what he's doing in the regular season. I'm going to lean on this guy. And I don't know, maybe at some point that'll bite them. But I thought when that game was close, he was excellent for them. I mean, I know the score ends up crooked, but it could have been a different game if he allows a goal or two in the first 40 minutes or so.
I can't explain it. I can't explain how he's so bad at times.
Right.
And then he gets into these games, and he's phenomenal. And he's earned the right. He's earned the right to get the first chance for Canada, I think. I mean, look at when St. Louis won the Stanley Cup, how good he was. I think it came up from the minors in January.
Yes, that's
when
right.
St. Louis was in last place, he came up from the minors, and next thing you know, he stands on his head and wins them a Stanley Cup. And then the Four Nations, which you mentioned, And he's having an awful season with the Blues, but steps in, gets a 26-save shutout, I believe it is, and did have to make some good saves along the way. It's just he's a big-time goaltender. When the chips are down, he's there.
Yeah. Yeah, not only did he get called up for the minors that year, Paul, but he had been loaned out of the St. Louis. St. Louis didn't have a spot for him,
That's
so
right.
they loaned him to the Bruins. He was playing in the minors for the Bruins, just on loan. And then they got injury trouble, and they needed him, and they called him back, and then the rest is history, which is really incredible. It really says a lot. I mean, Mike's been making the point way before I ever thought of it about the volatility of the position, like that a guy could be buried that deep. Like not even you think so little of him that you don't even have a spot for him on your minor league affiliate. You're sending him to another organization so he can play. That is crazy.
And then this year he's been bad most of the year, but hey, getting the crease for Team Canada, and you look like Patrick Waugh. I mean, it's crazy how he just comes to the table when he's needed the most.
.864. Almost the worst save percentage in the NHL. 8 wins in 30 starts this year for St. Louis.
Team Canada's a lot better in front of him
Sure.
than the St. Louis Blues are,
Yes.
but still
Yeah.
he's got to make these saves, and he was.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot for a coach like Cooper to go to a guy who's playing that badly. And to have it pay off is like, you got scoreboard forever on that if you're Cooper, provided it keeps, continues here. And I don't know that he'll have to play every game of this thing, but clearly game one of the Olympics, he's their guy. Maybe they'll use the other guys here in the prelims before they get to the medal round, but, they get to the medal round, he's going to be playing, I would think.
And look at the numbers the backup has put up for the last couple of years in the NHL. He's been phenomenal. But, it's just, I think, Cooper said it. He's earned the right to have the crease be the first guy to get the crease.
That's Logan Thompson, right, from Washington?
Yes.
Right.
We're in Olympics mode here and talking about Sabres players who are representing and the tournament. We'll get soon enough to the Sabres return. I'm not trying to rush this, less than 2 weeks. And then the deadline, Paul, March 6th, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on March 6th is the trade deadline. Do you have thoughts on what the Sabres should want to look for?
I think they need a defense. I think for the rest of this year, Kesselring has to be basically your extra. I just don't think they're at a point in the season now that they can't be sitting around waiting for him to find his game. And he's said on the record that he's playing hurt and will for the rest of the year. So I would just bring him back in training camp and start over. I mean, if you had to use him, but I'd be looking for a defenseman that I could, even a rental even, that can help take some of these minutes away from the top 4 guys who are all since the middle of January playing well over 23 minutes. And I think it's catching up to him with this schedule. So I would be looking for that. I would be looking for something to back up my top 9 because I don't think they have a lot of depth when it comes to that. And maybe that player can help you on the power play, although the power play has woken up a little bit recently. And maybe a guy that can win a faceoff for you every now and then because they're the worst in the league at winning faceoffs. So part of that is they got Danforth to do that, and he's played 4 games because of his injury.
Norris is supposed to be a good draw guy too.
He hasn't been this year, but yes, every other year he has been.
Yeah. Well, I'd say the sooner the better on that defenseman point, because if you end up needing Kesselring, like maybe it would do him good. I don't know. You're saying he said he's going to be playing hurt the rest of the year. Maybe if he rests from like now until I don't know, April, maybe you can get more out of him if you end up needing him because someone else goes down. But I'm with you. Like I think there's like one little pocket of a game I remember when he had come back from an injury and then sort of started picking up steam, and I thought, oh, this is the guy. Right, I saw him up in the play, kind of like the other 4 guys often are, and his skating looked better. Okay, this is it, and then he got hurt again right away, and that was the end of that. And we've not seen him since, and really he's been way too often at the scene of the crime.
And I want to stress, I'm not giving up on this guy
Right,
at all.
sure.
He's just been hurt three
Right.
different times.
Yeah.
He's still fighting an injury. I just think they're at a point in the season they can't wait any longer. And I think, if he starts off training camp healthy, he'll be just fine.
Paul, before you go, do you have a second favorite Olympic sport? Winter Olympic sport?
I like the figure skating just because I was around figure skaters, being around the rink since I was 7 years old. Actually dated one, and so I enjoyed that. I like Bates and Chalk, watching them do their thing the past couple of days. My sister was a figure skater too, so I've enjoyed that so far.
All right.
Good deal.
And the team figure skating was fun too.
Fine choice. Probably, maybe the most popular Winter Olympics event would be figure skating, right, Bulldog, would you say? Number one?
It's so prominent on the primetime coverage. Like
Not curling?
Anytime that it's happening, they've got anything to show you. Yeah, and you've got the Malinin quad god. I mean, he's just going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
That's Friday night, I think, or Friday during the day. Our time
Tomorrow.
It'll
That
be
mixed
on.
curling was so fun. I mean, the U.S. won the silver medal, and she was the first female to ever win a curling medal for the U.S.
Yep.
But the match that got them into the gold medal, they were down by 1 in the last frame on the last shot. And she not only knocks them out, but puts 2 in. Italy was the favorite and were the defending champions. She knocked them out and put 2 in to win and put them in the gold medal match. That was so much fun to watch.
Corey Tisi is the name. Very good.
All right, Paul. We'll catch up with you again soon.
Okay, take care, guys.
There's our Paul Hamilton on the Wester Hotline. His appearances on WGR brought to you by Equitable Advisors. Planning for your future is about more than just money. Let Equitable be your guide, and by Ray